Hi, I'm Tom Zalaski for WG&R Furniture's Brighter Dreams Project. Today we are getting to know some of the recipients of the Brighter Dreams Project, and with us today, Terry Refsguard, the CEO of the New Community Shelter in Green Bay. Terry, welcome. Tell us please a little bit about New Community Shelter and what your role is in it.
Well, Tom, we are a shelter that provides emergency shelter. We have a transitional living program, and we have a community meal program. Everyone who comes to our shelter starts at the emergency level. Not everybody goes to the transitional level. Some people move out. Where this program was helpful to us is we often serve parents, have parents living with us, but we treat them separately because sometimes one is the other's problem. So as they go through programming and they learn what their strengths are and maybe what their goals are going to be, maybe mom decides to move on without her partner, and then she needs to set up a place for her children. That is when this program comes into place, where we had found a mother, most of the years that she had her children, she slept in a chair. She made sure that her two children always had a bed to sleep in. So as the kids got older, she wanted to have a bed for each of the children. And come to find out that mom hadn't had a bed in years, she was supplied a bed as well. That is probably one of the neatest stories that we have.
Now, I know you are the CEO of New Community Shelter, so what, as the boss, is your role every day? What do you do every day?
I think I look at myself kind of as the dreamer, but I also look at what are our community's needs for people who are struggling and who has the resources to take care of those needs. And I try to bring those two together.
And how long have you been in business?
Since 1984.
And who do you serve? What specific audience out there is it that you're serving on a daily basis?
We are serving individuals who are truly homeless. They've lost their housing due to eviction, due to medical problems, many different reasons, and the working poor.
I imagine you have a whole list of challenges in pulling off your services. What are some of the major difficulties that you face every day?
Well, it does take money to do what we do, because we're basically people helping people help themselves. That's what we do. So in our community meal program, it's food. It's always being able to provide a meal every single evening, 365 days a year, to over 300 people now in our community.
So WG&R's Brighter Dreams Project, how has the WG&R Brighter Dreams Project helped your organization?
They have helped by those individuals moving out to have a bed to take with them.
Oh, to take with them?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So we'll contact WG&R. We've got an individual who does not have the resources to purchase a bed. Could you supply them a bed for their new apartment? And that's where that amazing piece comes together.
Terry, WG&R Furniture and New Community Shelter, you have a long history together. Tell us about that.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tom, every mattress in our facility, and that number is 118. 118 mattresses came from WG&R 18 years ago. So when we opened the doors, there was a bed for everyone. To this day, every mattress is still supplied by WG&R. And I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago that they donated mattresses again. So, WG&R definitely is part of the New Community Shelter. They have been for years, and they will be for years.
The Green family has played a major role in your organization.
Yes, Paul Green was on our board for a number of years, one of the founders of the New Community Shelter, And now Jim Green is on our board of directors, so I think it's probably one of our longest standing relationships in the community, and we're very proud of that.
You mentioned the mom with the 2 kids, and the mom never had a bed. Without mentioning any names, can you remember other stories similar to that, success stories?
When someone's in need of a bed, especially for their children. Now, we don't serve children at the shelter. We serve mom and dad. So when mom and dad, or mom or dad, is ready to move out with their children, they're looking for beds for their kids. In many cases, the kids have been living at Grandma and Grandpa's house. And in many cases, they are in a sleeping bag on the floor. If they're lucky enough, they're on a couch, but many are with blankets on the floor. When the apartment is secured and WG&R is contacted to bring the beds in, you would think Santa Claus was walking through the door carrying those beds. The kids will quickly, that is mine, that is mine. They're on the bed, they're laying on the bed, they're sitting on the bed. It's like Christmas. It really is, when you see the look on their face.
WG&R has played such a tremendous role in the Brighter Dreams project for your organization. How can other people in the community, help your organization through either volunteering, donations? How can they help?
We are always looking for volunteers with the shelter, and there's so many ways an individual can volunteer. We like to take an individual and give them a tour of our facility, and usually they come up with, that's what I'd like to help with, because there is so much. Activities for our residents when it's January, February, and we're all cooped up, trying to come up with things to keep people in the building so they're not making bad decisions on the outside, keep people together. Money for the program. Right now, winter clothing, the outdoor clothing. Many of our people have winter coats, but we'll see at community mealtime the kids with the 3 zipper-up sweatshirts, and maybe 2 of the zippers work, but 1 doesn't. We'll take a person aside and you look like you could use a winter coat. So things like that. We use everything that you would use. We have our apartments on our 2nd floor. So really anything, toasters, microwaves, dishes, all, blankets, pillows, you name it.
You need what every household needs.
Yes.
Yes. Yep. Terry Refsguard, CEO of the new community shelter. Nice to have you. Thank you so much for telling your story with us today. And if you want to find out more about how you can help out with the Brighter Dreams project, or how to donate to the new community shelter, go to WG&RFurniture.com.